How you doing with your updating your LibGuides?
I'm still in the process of that because the different rules sometimes still have me kind of stumped. So I've had to reach out to Jim like, hey, what are the rules for a header again?
Well, I've been very mindful of putting in alt text on any
images.
that I upload. But I tell you who's been my friend. You know who my friend is. Chad.
Oh.
Who is Chad? That's what I call Microsoft Copilot.
Oh, okay.
I've been using Microsoft Copilot. I'll put the whole page. I said, make this ADA compliant according to LibGuide standards.
And it does it?
It'll do the H1, H1, H2, H3, and the normal text.
Okay.
I haven't run it through any of the testers yet. But this is the benefit of not having 25 LibGuides.
This is true. This is very true.
I don't have very many.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't need all of those LibGuides, I think.
I agree.
Sometimes one comprehensive guide
can do the job for sure.
It will do the job. But I am going to build one for public health. But the good thing is I'll have that in mind now.
Yeah. Which was something that Jim mentioned in the interview that we're going to show. About how, sometimes we don't think about the things we don't have to think about.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. So, all right, you ready?
All right, ready?
All right.
Let's go.
You got my questions and you don't want to guess. I got a recommendations and that I can suggest. Yes, this library questions got a part of the quest. Here's Beryl and Laura with instruction request.
Hey, Ospreys. My name is Lauren Odum, and I'm the instruction librarian.
And I'm Beryl White-Bing. I am the virtual learning librarian.
And we are Instruction Requests, where we talk about common research questions, helpful resources,
and immersive technology contained in the Virtual Learning Center at the Thomas G. Carpenter Library.
All right. And so, like we said, today we're going to talk about ADA resources in the library and meeting ADA compliance standards that are that have rolled out for 2026.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention is that I found out that we have chairs that help people get downstairs. Like if we have a fire or something, there is an assistive device to get you that they sit in to get them down the steps during a fire drill or an emergency.
That's good. That was good.
But anyway, we want to go on into our interview.
Well, we're going to start with the Library Research Prize. So at the point of this airing, we probably will be pretty close to that application deadline, but not quite, I don't think. So there is still time to apply to the Library Research Prize. Remember, we will select 2 winners if you are submitting an individual application, but you can submit as a group, or if you did a group project or something like that.
An art project or a VR project, anything.
Any kind of creative project that you have done.
And $1,000 is $1,000.
$1,000 is $1,000. Indeed.
And it really is 2,000 because it's 1,000 for the graduate and 1,000 for the undergrad.
Yes, that is 1,000 each. So please put in that application if you have not already. And that is the link there at the bottom, or scan that QR code that should take you to the library page. To get to it ordinarily, you can go to unf.edu/library, the library main page, and at the top right, there's a link that says giving at UNF, and that page will be listed under all of the scholarships and awards that come up throughout the year of the library, in the library.
Good.
So, yes. So without further ado,
we interviewed our systems librarian, Jim Rickerson, and Jim is the co-chair, the chair of the LibGuide
working group,
and they are overseeing our resources in the library and making sure that they are conform to the ADA requirements by April 1st. So without further ado, Andy? Okay, everyone. We're here with Jim Rickerson, our systems librarian. And Jim, I'll let you introduce yourself according to your role in the library resources that are ADA compliant.
I'm Jim Rickerson. I'm the systems librarian. My work with ADA involves making sure that our Cascade website and SpringShare LibGuides are ADA compliant. We're also working on our Primo NDE migration, and so you will also see some changes to the online OneSearch catalog as well.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we have a set of questions, Jim, we want to ask you for our audience today. And the first one is, many people know ADA is a law, but what does digital accessibility really mean for students, faculty, and staff using library systems and online resources?
So when we talk about digital accessibility, we're really talking about whether people can actually use our systems and resources in a meaningful way. And it means that our library websites, our databases, our guides, our videos, any of the content that we put online works for everybody, and especially those people that have disabilities. And that way nobody's blocked from learning or researching or working because of how our technology is designed. So for students, faculty, or staff that may use some accessibility tools like JAWS or NVDA as a screen reader, or users that require captions or transcripts to be able to use our videos that we post on our website, these resources can work just as easily for them as for our users that don't have disabilities. So really what we're concerned about is not so much about the legal ADA compliance, it's just making sure that our resources that we provide to the UNF community don't have any barriers and that everybody can access them equally.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you. So you're the co-chair to the library's LibGuide working group, and I know you all are doing some work with the ADA compliance. So what are the most important accessibility improvements you're working on right now, and how will those changes benefit the UNF community?
So a lot of our work right now is focused on building accessibility into our LibGuides. So for our SpringShare LibGuides, what we're doing is we're creating ADA accessible templates that ensure that all of our guides have proper heading structures and descriptive link text and consistent color contrast. And we're also ensuring that all of the PDFs that people upload to our library website or our guides are properly tagged so that they're readable by screen readers. And we use tools like Wave, and that helps us catch potential accessibility issues like missing alt text before our guides go live. So one of the things we're concerned about is focused on training our content creators to build accessible guides that have all of these proper headings and alt text and descriptive links before we go live with those guides, so that we build in accessibility from the start. And that benefits the UNF community because it ensures that anybody that relies on any kind of assistive technology is able to access all of our resources without any barriers.
Wonderful, thank you.
I like the idea of being a content creator. Thank you, Jim.
You are a content creator.
Okay, all right. Our next question, what are some common barriers people encounter in library technology or resources like websites, LibGuides, forms, and how does accessibility help remove those barriers for the differently abled?
That's a good question. A lot of barriers are things that people probably don't notice unless they're directly affected by them. So it might be a form that we post on the website that people can't use because it wasn't created with accessibility in mind. And maybe the screen reader can't read the options on that survey. Or it could be a PDF document that the screen reader can't interpret because we didn't tag it properly. So it's very important for us that, even things like the color choices that we use on web pages are have the right contrast. And so it's important for us to use these accessibility checkers like Wave when we're creating this online content so that we can be sure that all of our users can access our resources and it doesn't become an obstacle to them. So accessibility is thinking about accessibility while you're creating the content is really important to help our users be able to navigate and understand and interact with everything that we post online. And we want to make sure that we're not excluding anybody simply because, that's something we didn't consider ahead of time.
It's
And
amazing since we've been looking at these things, how much it has come in my mind. And I've used Copilot a lot. I've put stuff in Copilot and said, make this ADA compliant.
right.
And it works. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's a good point you made about how when you're not affected by things, you don't necessarily notice them. And so that's something that has like come more to my attention as we work through making these changes. So if someone at UNF wants to make their own materials more accessible, whether it's a LibGuide, a PDF, a video, or a class resource, what are a few practical tips or tools you'd recommend?
Some easy starting points would be just making sure that you're using clear headings and you're using the proper heading structure. Any kind of document you create, whether it's Word or something online, it always has to have proper headings. And that helps the screen reader to understand, where it is in the document. Make sure that if you're going to use hyperlinks, that you use descriptive links, you use alt text so that this can be interpreted for users that have disabilities. If you're creating videos, always make sure that you add captions to those videos. And also, if you can, also provide a transcript for people. If you're uploading images, include alt text. And that way, any of the information content's not missed. Make sure that you use tools like Wave or WebAIM to check the color contrast. And these kind of tools can help you ensure that all of the choices that you make meet the ADA compliance guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Tools like Adobe Acrobat Pro can help you check and fix accessibility issues in your PDF documents. CIRT recommends a product called Ally, so you can reach out to CIRT about that. The UNF ADA Compliance Office recommends Wave, and I think the big thing to remember is you don't have to be an accessibility expert. You just have to be intentional in kind of following some practical tips and use the tools that UNF recommends, and make sure that you, if you do get stuck, you can always reach out to CIRT. They have a accessibility website that includes resources for faculty, and the ADA compliance has documents online about how you can make your Canvas courses more accessible. So definitely reach out. And those are two good resources on campus to help you.
So CIRT and the ADA Compliance Office, and I know we went through a training about it several months ago, and I think CIRT has several trainings in the next weeks or so for people. So make sure and we'll link that in the show notes. Thank you so much, Jim. And our final question is, why is accessibility important for creating an inclusive campus community? And how can students and employees contribute to making UNF's digital spaces more accessible?
Hmm. I mean, it's really about making all the information that we provide available to everyone on campus, because we don't want to exclude anyone, simply because we're not thinking about accessibility issues ahead of time. I think it's important to be very proactive. When people can use all of our systems independently without barriers, it makes them feel included and respected and supported. And I think that's very important. So it's inclusivity is about all of our spaces, physical spaces and digital spaces. And everybody plays a role in making sure that our campus is welcoming and barrier free to everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think about that a lot with virtual reality.
Right.
I think about that a lot. So, and there is some work going on in that area to make everything accessible to everyone, even the, differently abled.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Yes, thank you, Jim, for
Yeah.
sitting with us.
He's a wealth of information in Jim's head.
Absolutely.
And we're pulling it out.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
So let's go over the research question of the day. So this research question is more to talk about the Ready for Research badge, because we have been getting a lot of submissions this semester. And so a student came through the library chat to ask, I'm in module 6 of my Ready for Research badge and I'm stumped. What do I do now? So the Ready for Research badge is a 6-module course. It does not take long. It takes about 2 hours to complete. And when you get to module 6, you have an assignment, right? So you will be challenged to conduct a search based on what you should have learned through modules 1 through 5. You have to apply keywords, a Boolean operator, and apply 2 filters and upload a screenshot showing that those are the things that you have done, right? On the back end, we do have several librarians of our instruction librarians who are working to grade them. So we are giving you feedback. And there are times where you will have to resubmit that screenshot if it hasn't quite met the request of the assignment. So when you get to module 6, you have to upload a screenshot into Canvas, and then you would just wait until we mark your assignment complete if it has been completed correctly. So it's not an automatic thing where you just finish it and then you get your badge right away. We do have to give you feedback before you are able to get that badge. So yeah. So once you get that and once it's marked complete, then you should be able to go ahead and you should get your badge after that. I believe there's a survey following module 6. And once you complete the survey, then the badge will come through.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Very good. I'm hoping to build a badge.
Yes.
A VR badge, a VLC badge. I don't know what to call it yet. I'm going to have to ask Copilot or AKA Chad. I've named Copilot Chad. So I have to ask Chad what would be some great names for a VR badge. I don't want it to be so much on a computer science kind of side, but just generally on a VR, AR, AI.
Maybe like an XR badge or something like that.
Some type of XR badge, but I don't want it to, I want it to be open to everyone, not just people who have a technical mind.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, yeah.
I'm sure Chad will come up with
something.
Some great ideas there.
We work together, me and
Yes.
Chad.
Yes. So let's talk about what's happening in instruction.
Okay.
So we're still going strong with our librarian open office hours. That is available to you all Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that is a Zoom room where there is a librarian sitting and waiting for you to jump in and ask for help. So you can access that through the library main page. It's on the calendar. So that link is always on the calendar. There is a QR code if you wanted to scan a QR code, or you can click on the link and just pop in and say, hey, I had a quick question about this and I didn't necessarily want to go through the lib chat.
Right. Or, I've been saying this for the past couple of semesters. Professors, if you want your students to meet with a librarian, they can meet 10 at a time or 5 at a time or 3 at a time during open office hours. If they're in a group, they can say, let's log in and get that credit and ask our questions. We can answer those questions very quickly instead of, because our research consultations get booked up pretty quick, and then you're looking for, I can't find anybody. Well, you can drop into open office hours and you can drop in with your friends. You don't have to drop in by yourself.
Yes.
You can drop in with your friends and schedule, get support. Get the answers that you need for whatever assignment that you're working on.
Right. That's a great point, especially for those courses where meeting with a librarian is a requirement.
Right.
So for our students, dropping into librarian open office hours would still count as an appointment. So you can still jump in and kind of get your needs met in that same way. And even if you needed that follow-up email to say that you met with a librarian, we can accommodate you.
And we can do breakout rooms in Zoom. So if you want it just to be talking one-on-one and there's a group in there, we can put you in a breakout room and come and talk to you individually.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, I'm just pushing open office hours because I think it's very valuable.
Absolutely.
For those types of assignments.
Yes. So, up until this point, our main way of meeting with librarians has been research consultations, which is great. But research consultations can have a limitation because you have to schedule it at least 24 hours in advance. And sometimes students are just running behind, or they're not thinking, or whatever the case may be. And they're looking same day and getting a little bit frustrated because they cannot schedule a consultation. They're thinking no one is available. And it's because of that 24-hour window. But during that day that they are looking for help, there is someone waiting in Zoom from 11 to 1 to help them. So
exactly. So even those people who work, you have a lunch break.
Right.
You can pop in during your lunch break.
Right.
And say, hey, I need to ask you these questions. Trust me, we can go through an entire instruction session in 30 minutes.
Yes, we can get through it.
We can get through it.
And to your point about multiple people coming into the librarian open office hours, the same is true for our research consultations. So to our students and to our professors, you don't have to come one-on-one.
That's true.
To the research consultations. Students can come in groups, especially if they're working on the same assignments and they have many of the same questions. You can come together in however many and just let us know. On that research consultation form, it will ask, is there one or more than one person coming? Just let us know that more than one person is coming.
Exactly.
And indicate that in the describe the project that you need help with box, right?
Yeah, and if you, like I said, we fumbled through it, but we can put you in a breakout room if you prefer just to be on your own.
Yeah.
So make the research consultation or drop into open office hours as a group.
Yes.
So don't get frustrated if you look on the calendar and see that, well, Lauren doesn't have any openings.
Right.
But Lauren, what's your day, Lauren?
Thursday.
Thursday is her day from 11 to 1. Mm-hmm. My day is Wednesday from 11 to 1. You can just drop into Zoom. So
yes, I was there all day yesterday.
Wednesday I was
all day, and
Wednesday.
But that's okay. This is why we're letting you guys know that we are there. We're waiting.
We are there. We're waiting to help you. So don't wait until the last minute. Many times, and on those Ask a Librarian kind of questions, they already have all of their things. I need to
They just
talk
need that
to a
confirmation.
librarian.
Yeah.
Well, and then sometimes when they talk to us, they see, oh, well, maybe I should do something different. So it's important to drop in to ask a librarian questions, even when you think you've had everything that you need,
Yes.
or that you have everything that you need.
Yeah. And in terms of what we can help with, I had 2 of my consultations this week were students who didn't necessarily they needed help kind of shaping the direction they wanted to go in their research. And I personally enjoy those. That's always fun, where they're like, I have ideas about my topic, but they don't really know how to
word it.
They don't know how to form the question that they want to answer to direct the actual research. We can help you with that. If you have an idea and you're like, okay, I just have this broad topic, we can help you come up with some areas that maybe you want to explore within that topic. So it's not just about finding peer-reviewed journals.
Or ideas of where else to go, even if we don't have what we need.
Absolutely.
We can help with that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. And we will have the research party recently passed. And so just keep in mind, keep your eyes out for the next research party. It is an opportunity for those who did not get to attend.
Yes.
It's
in the fall, what is it we have in the fall? We have the transfer thing in the fall.
The transfer.
And then we have,
social.
Don't they have a science cafe or something like that in the fall?
Sure.
I don't know. Don't pay attention to me.
We're trying to remember all of the ways that you can get to us, okay? We are here to support you.
We're here to support you.
Okay, so let's talk about disability or ADA resources in the library. So we have the Library Disability Resources Library Guide. And so it just talks about a couple of the things that are available in the library that make things more accessible for our patrons. So one of the pages, so I did not go through the different pages of this guide, so I'll just describe it. But under the research and online access page, it talks about something called a substitute borrow authorization that allows students who are unable to get the materials that they need from the library, they can authorize someone else to get their materials from the library for them.
Oh.
Then you can always request assistance at the Access Services Desk. And this is for any and everyone. So when you're needing help finding a book, the location of a book, or retrieving a book from a shelf, you can always ask someone that is located at the Access Services Desk to assist you with getting those materials. Okay.
We get a lot of students coming to the VLC to ask about help finding materials too.
Yeah, and that makes sense because all the physical materials are on the 3rd and the 4th floor, so they probably just go to the nearest desk, which is the 3rd floor.
And that's fine.
Yeah. We have a lot of online access materials. So, if you're not on campus, you can still browse through our collection and see what's available. And then the ability to renew online. So if you have something that's already checked out, you don't have to go out of your way to try to get to the library. All you have to do is reach out to us and let us know that you want to renew the material that you have. Okay. On the page that says access equipment, it talks about room 2300. So this is located on the 2nd floor of the library. There's a little alcove just next to the library admin office, and there is a room that has some equipment that's great for ADA needs. So there is a visual tech device there that magnifies print and written text. And then there is something called a jaw and a magic machine, which I believe it magnifies colors for people with visual impairments. There is all of the library web pages have a large type feature for those people who may need to make the text larger so that they can read everything. And then we have printers, copiers, and scanners on every floor. So all 4 floors have access to printers, copies, and scanners. So you do not have to try to make your way to another floor to do any of those things. And scanning is free, just as an FYI. So we have some things available in the library to try to make things easier and more accessible for our students. And then the next page that I simply followed the link that was on that library guide to the Student Accessibility Center. And it just discusses some of the campus-wide resources that students have access to and the different student centers that they can contact. So I would recommend you start at the library guide and follow that link that says Student Accessibility Center and check out this page to see what else on UNF's campus can accommodate those with any kind of disabilities.
So the VLC and
Yes.
accessibility.
Yes.
I'm just going to give some anecdotal evidence.
Okay.
I do have some slides to show, but not right now. I just want to talk about the fact that VR, being virtual reality, and putting it on your eyes, there is, initially VR was, for the perfectly abled. However,
Yes.
I have had people who have been blind in one eye or had wearing glasses or, terrible vision. You can put the headsets on with glasses, and in some magical way, the people who are blind in one eye could see it perfectly.
Mhm.
I don't know how, but let me talk about some other experiences. Now, most of our experiences are from Steam, which is a gaming platform, and you can narrow Steam by accessibility features. So first you would, be VR only would mean you would have to have a headset. VR supported means that you can probably do it on the computer or in a headset. And it does have some visual limiters that you can put in, but most times I look at the audio. Sometimes people who have hearing disabilities, they may need it in a different way. A lot of my VR experiences have closed captions, and I do have a whole section in my Steam library on VR experiences that offer closed captions. WebVR is a astronomy program that has a ton of accessibility options for those who might want to use it. This publication, the XRA's Developers Guide, Chapter 3, is I'm going to say accessibility and inclusive design in immersive experiences is a developing process because, it's way above my intelligence level how to create an accessible VR experience. But closed captions is one way you can do that. Meta has those 5 senses, your sight, your hearing, speech, you got Braille, you have, there are 5 disability groups: vision, hearing, speech, motor, and cognition. So they go according to that publication that I just showed you, and they encourage their developers. That link down at the bottom is the link for developers to use that publication when they're designing experiences.
Okay.
On Steam, you have those accessibility limiters. On Meta, about the only thing they have on here, they have standing or seated experience. Room scale is, you need a big area. Languages, they might put the languages there, like say for your students who don't speak English. You can change the languages. Sometimes it will have comfort level, that type of thing. But it does not, say, okay, these are closed caption, that type of thing. So that is a case-by-case basis when you're talking about VR. So that's the way it is in the Virtual Learning Center. But I have to say, I have had, every summer, I have a group of deaf and hard of hearing students who come to the VLC every summer to use virtual reality. They love going into the what is the metaverse called? I know the name of it. I just can't think of the name of it right now. But VR chat. VR chat, because you can use your hands on, especially on Meta, because you don't have to use your controllers. You can just use your hands. And so they sign in virtual reality in VR chat. And I have a long list of closed caption VR experiences in the VLC. So
awesome. And then, you also have children every summer. So,
I do.
You can accommodate different
Age groups.
Right.
Seated experiences.
Seated
Most of the experiences you don't have to stand, you can sit.
And then some of them they're not necessarily like blatantly for ADA, but like you said, they are anecdotally they can be accessible, such as your Tetris.
Yeah, exactly.
VR, right? Because they've said that Tetris can be good for those with PTSD. So
we do have, there's just a lot of research ongoing on how to make these XR experiences accessible to people who are differently abled.
Right.
So I'll put it like that. Right. My son taught me that because he's a assistive technology professional, and they have special controllers that we don't have. They have just a whole lot of different things for people who are differently abled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right. So that's it. So what are we talking about next? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
It's a surprise. It'll be after spring break by the time.
After spring break. Yeah. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of the Instruction Request podcast. Remember, if you ever need any kind of help or support, you can always schedule a research consultation or go to Librarian Open Office Hours, or you can schedule an instruction request.